Hello everyone. So today we are going to study the chapter Poonam Stay Out with the help of PPT, and we will understand the concepts which are given in the lesson. So let's begin. So we all know that Poonam Stay Out chapter begins with a girl named Poonam, and she got some droppings from a crow or a pigeon. As you can see, this is the cot. This is a tree on which various animals were uh, sitting. Now she got some droppings of few pigeon or crow, and she said that let me go to a nearby pond in order to wash my face. Okay, so we'll see the next slide now. Now you have seen that Poonam, she picked up a leaf and she wanted to wipe the cheek with the help of the leaf, but it was sticky and she couldn't wipe it thoroughly. That's why she went to a nearby pond and she took some water in order to wash her face. Now you can see that whether she was uh, lying on the cot, she could see the animals. Whether she walked to the nearby pond, there also she saw some animals. This chapter is trying to teach us about animals. So you just try to identify the animals which we can tell or put in the category of wild animals, or other animals we can put in the category of domestic animals. Now, wild animals and domestic animals. Domestical animals are those animals which we can keep to get some benefit. And keep where? We can keep in our household, or we can make a house for them and we can obtain some benefits from them. For example, hen, we can get eggs from it. Cow, it's a domestic animal. Buffalo, it's a domestic animal. We can get milk from them. Wild animals are those animals which prefer to stay in the wild areas, like in the forest. Okay, you can't tame a lion. Okay, you can't have lion at home. Okay, snake. Few times here and there you can observe snakes, but basically it is found in the forest only. Okay, so there are two categories of animals. One is wild, other is domestic animals. So we'll see the various animals which are present around us. So classification of animals based on the food they eat. So you understand this thing, students, that all animals do not eat the same type of food. Okay, there are some animals who purely eat grass. There are some animals who purely eat flesh of the other animals. And there is another category of animal who eat both plants and flesh of other animals. And there is another category which are called scavengers, who eat the dead and decaying matter. Next is decomposer, we will not discuss here. So basically, what all things an animal eat is called as eating habits. So on the basis of this, we can classify animals in five categories. Decomposers is also there, but we are not discussing here. We'll discuss in the grade 4. So there are four categories of animals. First, we'll start with the herbivores. So herbivores animals are those who eat grass, who eat plants. Okay, so those animals who eat grass, plants, fruits, vegetables, only purely those things, they are called as herbivores. Like cow, buffalo, goat, they are all herbivores animals. They feed the grass, okay, plants, leaves, fruits, vegetables, peels of fruits and vegetables. The next category is carnivore animals. Example, lion. So those animals who feed purely on the flesh or meat of other animals are called as carnivorous animals. These animals, they do not eat any grass, any leaves, any fruits and any vegetable. They are purely carnivores. Okay, they eat the flesh of other animals. For example, lion, tiger, they are strict on a meat, they are strictly meat eating animals. Okay. Then third category is omnivores. Now those animals which eat both, they eat uh, flesh of other animals plus they eat plants, grass, leaves. They are called as omnivores. For example, bear. Human beings are also come in the category of omnivores. Fourth category is scavengers. These animals basically eat the dead and decaying animals like vultures. They are very good hunters. If given opportunity, they will hunt very well, but they can also survive on the dead and decaying matter. They do have that kind of digestive system which help them to eat the decay meat. Classification of animals based on the food they eat. So we will see the pictures. So carnivores, meat, flesh eating animals. Here is the example. You can see lion, you can see wolf, you can see shark. So these animals, they all are carnivores. Okay. Herbivores, grass eating animals. So you can see here, it's a sheep. It's feeding on the flowers and the grass. Okay. So it's a herbivores. Here there are four example of herbivores animal: sheep, zebra, giraffe, and cow. They are all herbivores animal. You can see cow is eating the grass, zebra also grass, giraffe is feeding on the leaves of the tree, and sheep is the flower or little grass. So this is the second category. Third is omnivore. They eat both plant and flesh of other animals. For example, here it is crow. So there are various different examples of omnivores animal also. For example, human being ourselves are omnivore animal, bear. Okay. Hence, they also probably eat both type of food. Scavengers is the fourth category of animals. They basically feed the dead and decaying matter. Here you can see vulture in the PPT slide. It's a scavenger. Now, classification of animals based on the place they live. So we have already discussed in lesson Poonam's Day Out that she saw animals on trees and she saw different animals in ponds as well. So there are various places on which animals live, and on that basis we can classify animals into different categories. Here we will see animals based on their habitat. Now here I've used the word habitat. Habitat is basically a place where animals live. So the first category we'll study is land animals, or the word is terrestrial. Now land animals and terrestrial word, it means those animals which live on land. Lion, tiger, cow, buffalo, these are all animals who live on the land. Okay, so when you'll go in higher grades, there is a word called as terrestrial which is used. So it's better if you start learning these new words. So first category is terrestrial animals. Second is aquatic animal, or water which live in the water. So fish, if you see the fish, shark, whales, they are all called as aquatic animals because they live in water. They cannot survive outside water. You can even find lot many different animals also in water, but if they live purely in water, then only they'll call as aquatic animals. Some animals Like if you'll see the frog or tortoise, they are not called as aquatic animal because they can live on land also. Third is amphibian. So amphibians are those animals you have seen in chapter Poonam's Day Out. There was a frog who was hopping in the water. So frog is an amphibian. Amphibians are those animals which can live on land and in water. Their skin is very sticky. Now you cannot call a crocodile or a tortoise as amphibian, though both live in water, but they have a very hard skin. Amphibians have very sticky skin, and their eggs are also have a very soft shell. So these two characteristics differentiate between amphibian and aquatic animal. So amphibians, they live both on land and water. Fourth category is arboreal animal. Arboreal are those animals which spend their maximum time on trees. For example, monkey, squirrel. They spend their maximum time on the trees, so they are called as arboreal animal. Fifth category is aerial animal. Aerial are those animals which spend their most of the time flying in the air. So most birds include in this category. So now I'll give you the example. I'll show you the pictures also. Animals that live on the land called as terrestrial animals or land animals. Example, lion, tiger. Aquatic animals, animals living in water like fish. Amphibians that can live both on land and in water. Arboreal spends a majority of time on trees like monkey. Aerial animals can fly and spend their maximum time in the air. Now, third type of classification of animals is based on different types of movements in animals. So Poonam saw a lot of animals and the way they move from one place to another is very different. Some crawl, some hop, others swim, some walk, others fly. So here I have made a big a kind of a chart, and I have just wrote the different type of movement in the animal. Swim, fish, whale, fly, butterfly, bird, owl, crawl, salamander. Salamander is this, crocodile, turtle, hop, frog, rabbit, bird, walk, zebra, cat, and lion. In the next video, I will be sharing you with the question answers of this chapter. I have prepared some question answers which are different from the textbook, which I think so is helpful for the teachers who are watching this video. They can include those question answers for the kids. So I'll just prepare another video in which there are few question answers. I'll read out the question answers and you can easily put them in your curriculum. Thank you everyone.